Alright Trailblazers, this is part 6 of our Amphoreus recap. Evernight appears and reveals that she has her own plans for Aeronova. She decides to inherit the authority of time in order to take control. With the power of time, she believes that she can use the Rain of Sensation to filter the memories of Amphoreus to make a more perfect version. Her version. She traps the Trailblazer deep within Amphoreus' memory zone. We then are shown March 7th's journey into Amphoreus. Before we entered Amphoreus, March 7th fell ill, and her consciousness fell into Amphoreus, where she spent 97 days traveling the world. However, she soon found herself unable to interact with anyone to much success. During her time though in Amphoreus, March 7th understood it very well, and knew that Don Hung and the Trailblazer would be arriving soon. But Amphoreus would not accept them due to a firewall in place. Evernight appeared and offered to protect March 7th from Lygus' discovery and used the power of remembrance to allow Don Hung and the Trailblazer to enter Amphoreus safely. Dan Hung, who had returned to the Astro Express, learned of what had happened and headed back to Amphoreus, while Cyrene and Sunday tried to free the Trailblazer from the memory zone, but they were unsuccessful. However, Cyrene discovered a fragment of March 7th in the process. Black Swan also enters Amphoreus to distract Evernight and find out some intel, and allow Don Hung to find the Trailblazer. This involved him teaming up with Lygus to reveal the entrance to the memory zone. However, as we approach the memory zone, his own memories resurfaced and we learn of Don Fung. Together they face off with Terravox, the demigod of Earth, who only wished that animals also experienced Aeronova. Don Hung promises to make it happen, and allows the power of permanence to permeate Amphoreus, and becomes the Crisis Heir of Earth. Together with the power of the Crisis Heir of Earth, he finds the Trailblazer. Together they attempt to find Evernight. Meanwhile, Evernight discovers Black Swan and shares a lot of information with her. Evernight's base is a tomb of the 13th Titan, the Demiurge. We learn that every time Cyrene died, she would come here at the end of the cycle and tell stories of the tomb, hoping that they would be preserved with each reset. Don Hung and the Trailblazer confront Evernight and they are interrupted by Cyrene. She uses the camera to allow March 7th and Evernight to have a conversation, and Evernight decides to allow March 7th to take back control. Now with everyone back together, Don Hung, the Trailblazer, March 7th and Cyrene use the core flames and, as I've written, to reset the world one final time. This had an unexpected result though. It caused the memories of 30 million cycles to converge at one point, which resulted in a new form for Cyrene, the Demiurge. This is the perfect counter for Iron Tomb.